Hello students, welcome to the second session of lenses. In today's session, we will learn one of the important MCQs and also one of the important 1-mark questions about how is the image formed in convex as well as concave. So there are two lenses, one is convex lens and one more is concave lens. So there is a table in your textbook, one for convex and other one for concave. There is a very simple way of remembering. Okay, now first if you look at the table of convex lens, please look at the table carefully. You have to first take only this much. The last case is an exception case in your textbook. The last case is an exception case. So let us go with position of the object. Now if I take a convex lens here, please look at the screen. This is my O. This is my focus f1, this is double focus f1, and over here it will be somewhere infinity. Now, I can either place my object at infinity or beyond 2f1 or at 2f1, then between f1 and f2, at f1 and between f1 and optical center. So either I can place it at infinity, beyond 2f1, at f1, that is at 2f1, between 2f1 and f1, at f1 and between f1 and optical center. Now between f1 and optical center, that case we will do it as an exception case. But otherwise it goes in order. Look at this, at infinity, beyond 2f1, at 2f1, between f1 and 2f1 and at f1. Now if you notice this, how this goes down, the image will be formed exactly opposite. So look at this. This is at infinity, infinity, beyond 2f1, beyond 2f2, at 2f1, at 2f2, between f1 and 2f1, between f2 and 2f2, at focus f1, at f2. Therefore, if you remember the position of the object, position of the image is exactly upside down, but with f2. Therefore, see, at infinity, 2f1, 2f2, 2f1, 2f2, f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2, at f1, at f2. Okay. This case I will do it at the end as an exception case. But remember, all the nature of convex is real and inverted. All the images formed will be real and inverted. And as I keep coming towards the lenses, my image, that is the size of the image, keeps getting larger. As I keep coming towards the lens, the size of the image keeps getting larger. For example, point image is just a point, smaller, same size, large, very large. So from point, it becomes smaller, large, very large, and extremely large. And otherwise it is real and inverted. Now the exception case is the only case where the image is virtual and erect. Otherwise all the cases are real and inverted, and this is the only case where when I place it between f1 and O, this becomes a very important MCQ because they'll ask you, give me only one condition where the nature of a convex lens is virtual and erect. That is this answer. Which answer? That is between f1 and O. Okay. Now, in the diagram you can see the image or the object is placed beyond 2f1. In the textbook that is figure 7.7. Now beyond 2f1, if you see the position of the image is between f2 and 2f2. Check. Between f2 and 2f2 is the position of the image, and it is smaller than the object, and it is real and inverted. But for concave lens, I have only two cases. One is you place the object at infinity, and the second case is anywhere between infinity to that point. So one is at infinity, another one is between the optical center and the infinity point. You can place it anywhere. For concave, I just have two cases, infinity and anywhere beyond infinity. Okay, so infinity and anywhere from infinity to the point. One thing about concave you should always remember, nature of the image is always virtual and erect. Concave is always virtual and erect. Means if it is real and inverted, it cannot be concave. Concave is always virtual and erect. and if it is at infinity, the image is small, that is point, and anywhere else it is small. An image will be formed either at f1, that is on the object side, or between object and f1. Now this table, if you can see, this is for convex and this is for concave. Very common questions come in MCQs. We will discuss the MCQs as well, but this table you should know, one is for convex and one is for concave, and the most common MCQ is the exception case of the convex. Okay, then we will continue with the lens formula in our session 3. Thank you.